Good afternoon. My name is Lauren Crawford, world language teacher, and I am thrilled to welcome you to Ellie Trotter's senior speech. Please join me in welcoming Ellie's parents, Kim and Jim Trotter, her grandparents, Ann and Barrett Trotter, as well as a host of aunts, uncles, cousins, etc. Today's speech is bittersweet for me. Ellie is my last senior to introduce, and she made my job incredibly easy by completing her speech and her slides well ahead of time. She followed through with editing and comments and worked diligently to polish this presentation into quite a fine, educational, and enjoyable experience. This does not surprise me at all. As Ellie's teacher and advisor, I've enjoyed a front row seat to her ever-growing responsibility and professionalism. Upon joining the prep community in 9th grade, Ellie jumped right into our culture of academics, athletics, arts, as well as extracurricular participation. She is an athlete, currently varsity co-captain of the volleyball team. She is a scholar, presiding as the vice president of NHS. She is an avid prep supporter, co-president of the student section club. She balances these responsibilities and more as co-president of FCS and co-editor of the yearbook. But I would like to emphasize some specific qualities about the person behind these roles. Ellie is an encourager. She sits in the front row of sporting events, loudly cheering on her classmates. She's a motivator. She follows through with peers on collaborative projects and hypes them up, a useful skill during the past few years of yearbook planning, design, and layout. She is an empath. Ellie is attuned to the feelings of others and in turn wears her own heart on her sleeve, sharing her happiness or grumpiness freely. This provides a great emotional temperature check during a lesson or a game. She is a really good friend. She has a core community to support her and help her keep her head on straight, and she truly needs her friends and family to keep her sane as she divides her time on all these activities, as well as after school and on weekends when she works at a clothing boutique and babysits. Ellie embraces the challenges and joys of life, and in particular, she embraces the whole experience of being a prep student. More than one faculty member has told me that Ellie will be dearly missed. With that, please help me welcome Ellie to the stage.
I would like to start out by thanking Senora Crawford for being the best advisor for the past 3 years and for all of the care and support she has shown me throughout that time. Next, I want to thank my family, but especially my parents, for everything they have done for me. They have been nothing but loving and caring. They support me through everything, and there's no telling where I would be without them. I would also like to thank Barrett and Sarah Beth for being my best friends, biggest supporters, and my biggest role models. Even though we had our moments, I will forever cherish our time together at home, and they will always be the first people I turn to when I need help. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Lastly, I want to thank all of my friends for always being there for me. Now, have you heard this song and wonder why it has been played so much recently? Well, this is actually the song you hear at the start of the Masters Tournament every day when the broadcast begins. The Masters Tournament is considered to be the greatest tradition in golf, and it happens to be played right here in Augusta every April at the Augusta National Golf Club since 1934. The tradition continues to grow. It is the most important week of the year for Augusta, not only for the people who live here, but also for local businesses. The tournament brings an estimated 200,000 visitors to Augusta every year, coming not just from the United States, but from all over the globe, including Australia, Japan, Korea, England, Ireland, and many more, generating an estimated $160 million in revenue annually for our city. Local homes are being rented to out-of-town guests, hotels are fully booked, and businesses benefit from this increased amount of foot traffic. There are multiple opportunities when it comes to working at the Masters. Some of those options include concessions, hospitality, merchandise, and security. You must be 16 years old to be able to work at the Masters, and the Augusta National brings in employees from all over to work just for that week. Multiple colleges offer work-study programs where students have the opportunity to experience firsthand the unique combination of sports, fame, and business. The students who participate in this program not only learn customer service skills and how to navigate and enforce the strict rules of the Augusta National, but they also have to write a reflection on their experience and are graded on their supervisor reviews after the tournament. Some colleges offering this work-study program include the University of South Carolina, Auburn University, and High Point University, among others. This is a great way to apply life skills that will be helpful later on in life. Now, I do have to talk about some of the boring things, the statistics of it all. Sorry, Mr. Galvin. The Masters tournament generates an estimated $70 million per year strictly from merchandise sales. To put that into perspective, that is $1 million per hour and $277 per second, which continues for 9 days straight while tournament activities occur. According to my supervisor at the headwear counter, we sell one hat every 0.8 seconds. I can't even do that math, but that's a lot of hats sold in just one day. The Augusta National donates a portion of the tournament's earnings to improve our local community. One major project that they currently support is the renovation of Augusta's municipal golf course, known as the Patch. Their goal is, quote, to really provide a great golf course and practice area, end quote. Chairman Fred Ridley wants it to be a place for junior golfers to expand their skills. The Augusta National also has a partnership with Augusta Technical College and plans to launch a training program to prepare students for the workforce and available jobs in Augusta. After Hurricane Helene, the Augusta National donated $5 million to the Hurricane Helene Community Crisis Fund to help rebuild after the devastation. Every year, tournament revenue is reinvested in the CSRA and benefits the Augusta area. The way jobs at the Masters are portrayed doesn't fully describe what your job will actually look like. Jobs.masters.com says, quote, become a part of the tradition by working at the Masters tournament. You'll do more than experience the most storied event in sports. You can also help us make it even better than the year before, end quote. While much of that is true, you do indeed make lasting connections and create memories you will never forget, but the long hours working on your feet will leave you with very little energy to go out and experience the course and actually watch golf. Now, depending on your determination to go out and see Scotty Scheffler, you definitely do have time. But me personally, during my breaks, I just want to sit down and take a nap, which did happen this year in the grandstands and Amen Corner. The job description on jobs.masters.com doesn't mention the long hours, the seemingly endless number of patrons you have to deal with, and the endless questions on repeat. But this all comes with the territory. Now, let's talk about my job. I have worked in headwear in the South Village shop for the past 2 years. The South Village shop doesn't open until the Monday of practice rounds, while the North shop, over by the main gate, opens on Saturday for the women's amateur. I just sell hats. So, if you have any questions about hats, I'm your girl. I do get a lot of questions throughout the week, and although I hate to say it, most of them are usually stupid. But before I get to those questions, let's talk about some of the more reasonable ones. How much are the hats? Hats are $34 and visors are $28. Are the hats unisex? Yes. All of our hats are unisex, with the exception of our ladies' hats in the middle of the wall. Where are the kids' hats? They are up the middle in the last arch on your right. What are your most popular hats? Our most popular hats are the Scotty hat, the Magnolia hat, the Azalea hat, the Pimento hat, the Amen Corner hat, the Crow's Nest hat, the Skip It hat, and much more. Now, on to the not-so-smart questions. Where are the gnomes? Sir, it is 4:30 in the afternoon. They have been gone since 8 o'clock this morning. Do you have a mirror? Yes, it happens to be right above my head. Do you have a Magnolia hat? No, sir. They have been sold out since Tuesday. Mind you, it is Sunday. If it's not on the wall, you don't have it. Patrons have asked me many, many more inane things, but it would take up way too much time to list them all out. There is a side to the jobs that the patrons don't get to see. First of all, the long hours we work for 7 to 9 days straight. All shop employees have to be clocked in by 6:30 a.m., and we usually don't clock out anywhere from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. The shops can't close their doors until 30 minutes after the last putt drops during tournament days, so there really is no telling when we'll get to leave. I would celebrate getting to leave before the sun went down. Every morning, I woke up by 5:45 a.m. in order to be in the parking lot by 6 a.m. Luckily, there were breaks throughout the day. The amount and length of breaks varied from supervisor to supervisor. I got really lucky this year and had a 30-minute break in the morning, an hour and a half break for lunch, and a 30-minute break in the afternoon. Mind you, this was for a 12 to 14-hour shift. Most of the hours I worked were spent on my feet sitting behind the hat counter. Monday and Tuesday felt easy enough, but by Wednesday I woke up and my feet still hurt from the day before. They literally never stopped hurting. By Thursday, I was fully delusional. My coworkers and I laughed at the littlest things. Anything and everything was funny to us. I was also lucky enough to have people in my break group who knew where to watch the best golf. There were some moments this year when I felt honored to spend time at one of the prettiest golf courses ever. On Sunday, the very last day, one of my coworkers took me and my cousin to see Aiming Corner when there were no patrons. It was just the three of us and one security guard. It was one of the coolest moments ever. I got the chills. The bonds I built and the relationships I developed with my coworkers stand out as the most important part of working at the Masters tournament. I never would have met some of the people I worked with if it wasn't for the Masters. I was very fortunate to share the good, the bad, and the glorious with Walton, Eliza, Mary Dennis, Elliot, and others. It made the whole week worth it, despite physical and mental exhaustion. Another memorable part of working at the Masters is getting to see or meet famous people. Just this year, my celebrity list includes Josh Allen, Kobe and Corey from Dude Perfect, Gunnar Stockton, Oscar Delp, JJ Watt, and Pookie and Jet. I asked a couple of my friends who also spent their spring break working at the Masters to give me a highlight from their week. Kayvon said, quote, "I loved the blueberry muffins. I lived off of them. I would have 4 in one day with 1 pouch of apples." My cousin, Mary Dennis, said, quote, "On Friday, one of our friends, Elliot, took us on a tour of the course, and we called him tour guide Elliot. We were following him around like little ducklings, and he turned around one time and said, 'Do I have all the ducklings?'" Sam's favorite part was the 2 hours of line dancing they had at the Littlemore shop during the rain delay on Monday. Now, if you ever get the chance to work at the Masters tournament, do it. First, and most important, you get to be a part of the greatest tradition in golf. You take part in creating a magical experience, not only for yourself, but also for the patrons. And you're privileged to witness elite athletes playing among azaleas, magnolias, and dogwood trees. It's been one of the best experiences of my life so far. I've thoroughly enjoyed the past 2 years spending my spring break at the Masters. I've met so many great people, had so many memorable experiences, and learned so many life lessons. Now, to the underclassmen, if you find yourself free during spring break, why don't you work at the tournament? You'll be forever grateful for the connections you make and the life lessons you learn. I want to end my speech the same way my supervisor ended our Masters week, with a quote from Dr. Seuss. "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." To my senior class, our time left here at prep is very limited, but enjoy it every day like it should last. Live in the moment and smile, because you made it to graduation. Thank you.